Today's number of the day, 392,000. 392,000 is the average U.S. home price today. Seen a market run up in February that we haven't seen before, broke all kind of records, but we'll definitely get back to that later in the broadcast. Good morning. Well, not good morning. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kamari Ellis. Welcome to the Finance Rebel Show. I am the Finance Rebel. By day, I'm a tax accountant, so I solve tax problems all day long. At night, I'm here trying to help everybody learn about finance, level up their financial IQs so they can do better and have a more impactful life. So the Finance Rebel Show is all about money, taxes, stock, business. If it's about money, we talk about it. And so today we're doing our daily number, and we're going to run through a couple things, right? We always do our market rundown. Since Russia and Ukraine has been in focus and has been impacting our money drastically, been covering that as well. Also, Apple shareholders want civil rights. So we're going to cover that real quick. And also, can Americans afford a new home? So those are some of the things that we're covering today real quick. Now, let me go and shift to the screen and pull up what's going on today in these markets. Everything's been a little crazy these last couple of days. Things have been absolutely bananas. So as I pull this up, give me 1 second. Alrighty. So the S&P closed today at $4,328, down almost 1%. All right, not bad considering everything else is going on in the world, but we're definitely starting to see a bit of a pullback. We're definitely starting to see a squeeze, right? And as we go to the next chart and we look at oil ran up today $115. Oil's like the Energizer Bunny, just keeps going and going and going. It won't stop, right? Yesterday, it was at 110. The day before that, it was at 105. Sadly, with everything going on with Russia and Ukraine, we're going to see that squeeze coming. And again, I feel like a broken record, but it goes without saying, right? But I have to say it. Hold on to your pocketbooks, hold on to your wallets, because oil prices are going to continue to go higher. Some of the analysts saying 185 now. I never really give a whole lot of credence to the analysts because they're always wrong. And sometimes I feel like they say things just to get spotlight and overall media. So I don't always give them a whole lot of credence. But again, it's going higher. And as Russians get more entrenched, as the Ukrainians get more entrenched, it's going to do nothing but get worse. All right. Not oil. I just talked about oil. Gold ran up today. Again, 1974. Again, gold closed out at 1974. Might as well say 1975. Again, it's up. Gold is up year to date 7.89%. So it keeps running. It keeps going higher. As I told you before, safe haven assets, gold, Japanese yen, U.S. Treasury bonds are safe haven assets. That's what people like to run to when they are scared about what's going on out there in the world. Okay. Now, as we go through today, again, there's a lot going on. Home prices are up. We're seeing that. Let me back up. Home prices are up, but let's back up real quick before I go through that. Right. We're seeing in Russia and Ukraine, as we go through that, they're bombing Ukrainian nuclear plants, which to me is crazy. I don't understand it. But we're seeing tankers that are carrying Russian natural gas to the UK are being diverted because the British don't want to handle anything Russian. They don't handle anything Russian. So we're seeing a lot of that go on. And then the last report I saw about Ukraine, according to the UN, has had about 700 and plus deaths. Over 500 of them have been women and children. So there's a lot going on over there. And it seems like anybody is suspect. Anybody can get it. And that's really, really sad. This whole thing is sad. But again, as we go forward through the day, let's look at what's going on with Apple. That is, I don't want to say the bright spot of the day, but Apple shareholders are like, they want to see, y'all, Apple investors defy a company and vote for civil rights audit. So basically, investors want to see these companies be more accountable when it comes to their diversity. when you look at some of the C-suite and some of the board of many of these companies, they all look like they bathe in bleach. There's no color there. There's no melanin there. But sadly, we're also living in this time where everybody's acting like they're so concerned that they want to do something right. That everything that's been happening in the past has been so wrong, and they want to make atonement. But again, Apple company didn't want to make any changes. They didn't want this audit to happen. Now, Steve Cook, the Apple CEO, says he's for civil rights, and I believe it. He's a gay man. A lot of gays have been for civil rights over the years, but the proof is in the pudding. But if you really want to see where somebody's intentions are, I always tell people, what do their words say? What do their money say? And do they line up? And when we go to this next chart, I don't know, because when we look at Apple's leadership team, again, it looks like they all bathe in bleach. Now, my machine is moving a little bit slow. So we got Tim Cook. We know who he is. I don't know. Anybody look familiar here? Now, I wanted to get pictures of the board, but they didn't publish pictures of the board on their website. But this is the whole C-suite, from the VPs on down. Now, the board of directors are Arthur Levinson. I can tell you right now, Arthur Levinson does not look like me. James Bell, I'm almost certain he doesn't look like me. Tim Cook, well, we know what Tim Cook looks like, right? Al Gore, the former vice president, we know what he looks like. Now, again, not looking for a handout here, but if we're going to be serious about talking about diversity and about doing this real audit, don't you think you should start at the top and have some real diversity there? But who knows? I'm just one guy who's looking at the world through my lens, right? Just one guy. But again, people say a lot of things. They say a lot of things, but I always wonder, do they really mean them? And again, the way I tell when somebody means something is when they say it, they do it, or at least they try to do it. And if they can't do it, they let you know why they couldn't do it, right? And then they come back and they make up for it without you asking for it. That's just my thoughts. I don't know what y'all think, but y'all tell me what y'all think. Put that in the chat. How do you tell when somebody's really serious about a thing? All right. Now, again, this was the run of the show. This is the top of the show. U.S. home prices hit $392,000. It's a lot of bread. It's a lot of money. I don't know where people are going to live. The way home prices have just been off the hook. And if you've been watching me for a while, rocking with me for a while, watching the Finance Rebel show, I've been talking about inflation. I've been talking about how there's so much cheap money in the system that anybody can go get a loan and do anything they want to do. And just by the looks of these home prices, it shows that. It shows that. So right now, it says, can you afford a $392,000 home? That's the new average price of home ownership in the U.S. So you got to wonder, right? Home price is $392,000. Fed Reserve still hasn't taken any action. They just said they're going to do a measly 25 basis point adjustment next week or week after next. But guess what? Homes are going up. Incomes are staying flat. So if incomes aren't going up, how are people going to be able to afford these homes? It's not going to be very likely, right? So here's just a couple of notes that I took on this article here. The U.S. median listing price of a home rose to $392,000 in April. All right, we just touched May, y'all. It's now April. That's a double-digit annual pace of 12.9%. Forget 12.9%. Just say 13%. Just round up and say 13%. All right. Americans are losing their purchasing power as income levels remain lackluster. That's pretty sad. All right, so just a couple other notes real quick. I know it's Friday night. I know y'all want to get out and get at it, do what y'all want to do, have some fun, relax. I know y'all worked hard this week, but February's new record high for the median listing price places housing affordability front and center for this year's real estate markets, especially as we gear up for the spring season. Now, they bring up the spring season. Why do they bring up the spring season? They're bringing the spring season because most homes are typically sold in the spring and early summer. That's when everybody's shopping. That's when everybody's looking to move homes, usually, right? Because they are looking to move when school's out. They don't want to disrupt the kids. They don't want to move like prematurely. They want to make sure that the kids are able to get in and get a good home, or get a nice home and be comfortable, and not have to deal with switching schools in between school time. All right. So again, a lot of this is really interesting in my opinion. But who knows? Who knows? What do y'all think? Do y'all think home prices can continue to keep going up this way? Do you think the cost of homes are going to stay inflated this way? Or at some point will people say, you know what? I ain't buying nothing. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm gonna fix up what I got. Now, oddly, as I bring up that point, y'all should all be looking at the stocks of Home Depot, Lowe's, anybody who's looking to fix up their home, any companies that are in that space. Take a look at them and see how they rock. All right. So as we get ready to wrap up today, y'all know what we do every day. We do our affirmation for the day, and our affirmation for the day is I love myself. All right. I love Now, why is it important that I bring up these affirmations, right? Because again, we are in crazy times, and I just want to do it as a quick reminder of some things you should say to encourage yourself, keep yourself going. Remember, life or death lies in the power of your tongue. There's a lot of things keeping us down, y'all. We must be able to motivate ourselves and keep ourselves going upright and positive and moving forward at all times. All right, y'all. I appreciate you all being here. If you have not subscribed to the Finance Rebel channel on YouTube, please do so. Please like, comment, and share. And I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget, Wealthy Wednesdays every week at 8 p.m. Next week, we're covering is how to invest like a college endowment. How to invest like a college endowment. There are plenty of college endowments out there that are investing their money, billions and billions and billions of dollars, and they do it very predictably, and they do it with a great level of success. So we're going to talk about that next Wednesday. That is up. Make sure you go register next Wednesday, 8 p.m. As always, I appreciate y'all, everybody that shows up every day. I've been testing these out for the last week, and they've been doing good. I'm starting to really enjoy it. So stay tuned for more. I'll see y'all all. Have a great weekend.